Green butt butterfly.
The green butt butterfly. I'll just hold it out here now, and you can tell us all about this little beauty here.
Okay, that was a fly that was devised in 1958 or 1959 by a gentleman by the name of Morris Ingalls, and who originated from Florida, I do think. And it's a pattern that was developed on the Miramichi River. Now, if you look at that fly, it's a lot like a coachman fly, a trout fly. In the wet version. This has a little added twist of having a wing that's splayed and divided, right?
Okay.
What the wing originally called for was young goat hair. And
none of the young goats were very willing about
well,
that.
do you know where I can find one?
Where?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm asking you.
Boy.
Anyway, it's usually now the wing material is white calf body hair. Occasionally, you'll get calf tail on it, but I don't think it's as good. But any type of soft white hair is good on that fly.
Okay.
And you're not stuck to just white hair on it either.
No.
You can use different types of hair,
like
colors,
like we've demonstrated, or like you've demonstrated many times. You can
change patterns,
change the patterns, and just fine tune it whatever you think. Or if you're on a particular river that you are really familiar with, and you think a certain color is one that they key into, just fine tune that pattern, and away you go.
Yeah.
Well, but for this particular version of the green butterfly, here's what you're going to need to tie it. The hook is a number 63906B. The thread is white 6/0 monocord and black 6/0 monocord. The tail is red Hackles fibers. The butt, fluorescent green Antron yarn. The body, peacock herl. The wing is white calf body hair divided and splayed. The hackle is brown hackle, and the head is black. If you had all those ingredients, you threw them up in the air and they came down in the right order, you'd have a green butterfly. But if you can't do that, I'll show you his way.
Okay. Now what we're going to do
is
attach our thread. Actually, the first thing we got to do is my thread's hooked into my bobbin, so I'll do this the quick, easy way.
We have to re-bobbin our thread.
Re-thread our bobbin.
That too.
We can get bobbin threads for these ones. I'll do it the quick, old-fashioned way.
Siphoning gas.
Yeah. Okay, now we just attach the thread right behind the eye, and it's a good idea to come right in tight to the eye because there's no return loop on these hooks.
Oh, okay.
So you got to close off where the eye attaches to the shank there. So, as we normally do...
Why is that?
Well, just some trout hooks are traditionally loop-eyed, or ring-eyed, and salmon hooks were always loop. And the reason they were is because of the gut that we used to be used, Spanish gut for leaders. And they'd fray fairly easily, so they started looping the hooks, on salmon, especially on big fish. And they didn't really think they needed it for trout.
A fountain of knowledge. What don't you know? Amazing. Okay. Continue.
Now, we're going to go down to about just before the hook point. And we're going to tie in some red hackle. Now, you can use red hair here, actually, but red bucktail is nice on this too.
Okay.
And we're just going to bring it outside the bend of the hook. It's one of the few patterns, hair wing patterns, that specifies it should go behind the hook bend. Not much though.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. This fly here, I would think, now I haven't used it a lot. Now there's a Gander Bay version, a Gander River version, and was put out by Wally Crummell back in the late 70s, I do think. It had a black floss body instead of peacock herl, and had the wings were splayed, but they were in the plane of the body. And they had a couple of wraps of brown hackle, and that was a real killer out there. And I don't know if they use it out there that much anymore. And it was good down along the river too. I'd say that version with the black floss body was good later in the year.
Amazing how the salmon will react differently in different rivers too. Different, but I guess, like you say, it depends on what they're used to seeing in the river, and insects, vegetation, and a whole variety of reasons.
That's right. Now we just tied in our Antron yarn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay some glue down again.
It is fluorescent too, isn't it?
Yes, beautiful material. I think on a lot of patterns you can replace crystal flash for this as an underwing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's deadly.
You're starting to run out there with your spool.
Yeah, I'll get some more this week, I guess. Now I got 4 turners down there, but they were double wrapped actually. So it's probably 2 good turners, width-wise, right?
Yep.
You want it prominent, but not too prominent. It's a butt, not a half or a third or a quarter of the body or whatever. Now I'm going to take out 4 hurl, and I'm going to tie it in by the. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down with this body material here, and bury in the waist end of that Antron yarn butt material.
Okay.
We'll clip that out. We'll come halfway up again, and we'll tie this in directly under the hook shank.
For you new beginner fly, I know from the mail that we get each season, and that there's a real variety of people who seem to enjoy watching the show, from real novices to people who don't fly tie at all, just for some reason enjoy watching the show, and seasoned people. But I'm a novice, and I'm only just started to. But Rob makes it look so easy. But even just that little move there, where you just sort of bring it up and support it with one finger while you're wrapping it, and you just want to catch the very end. It's not as easy.
Practice.
It all takes. And believe me, I know how frustrating it can get when you go off, especially after sitting here and watching Rob do it, because he really does make it look so easy. But I guess practice makes perfect with all this, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's repetition of moves, of certain moves and tying in techniques, and it becomes second nature. Okay, now what I did there was I tied off my white thread. And the reason why I started with white thread, because it's a little easier to see what you're doing when you're tying materials to the hook. And also I wanted an underbody for the green fluorescent butt.
Okay.
If we had used black there, it just takes away from the nice glow. Okay, I'm going to just cut out the waist end of that thread. And here's a nice way to tie in this material. Peacock herl is fragile upon itself, but as with anything, any fiber, anything with single fibers, if it's wrapped with anything else, twisted, it becomes strong, like a rope. So what we do, we twist this in a clockwise direction, actually a counterclockwise direction.
Okay.
And if we'll wrap this
You have to be careful. You don't want to pull
in a
it
clockwise direction, and as I'm doing so, I'm twisting with my
counterclockwise.
Yeah, I'm twisting.
Whoa.
And what we're making is a rope. Now, you can't wrap the thread around the chenille, or the thread will show. You have to, wrap the chenille, is what we're making a chenille, rope around the thread. You can see now, you get it segmented, and it's, once you wrap that together, it won't be pulled out.
No. And it certainly doesn't look like 4 individual strands anymore, that's for sure.
I've gone a little long here, but I just want to show people the technique, right?
Oh, I'm sure they appreciate it, Rob.
I'll try my best. Now, I'm going to back up on a couple of turns.
Back her up. Just edge to edge?
Yep, edge to edge.
Okay.
And when you get down towards the front, I like to just sort of slim it out. I don't want a taper that's a little heavier in the rear and thinner in the front, because you want the wings to sort of lay.
Okay.
Not quite straight back on it, but you just want to, it'll help them lay a little bit flatter, because they're going to splay up anyway. Now we have to reverse wrap this right here to get the...
Get your thread back.
Yep. We'll just take our time and do it properly.
If you wanted to, could you just cut it and then start your thread again?
What you do is you just unwind the chenille right to where it meets the thread.
And then tie it off.
How
would you do, perhaps, say, if your thread broke or something like that?
You're in hard luck.
Yeah?
Yeah, really.
That's little comfort to our viewers, Rob.
Yeah. Now, there's another technique you can do to strengthen that body, is to get some, as a rib, tying a little bit about 2-pound monofilament.
Oh, okay.
And then counter wrap as a rib. Instead of wrapping in the direction that we usually flow, counter wrap, and that blocks the hurl in too.
Wow.
Okay. Our next material is wood calf body here, and you can see it's not very long. I guarantee you.
It's pretty tight, isn't it?
Yeah. I would actually like a little bit longer, but that's fine on number 6 and down.
Yeah.
Just barely long enough on a number 6. But it's a very soft hair.
Of course, the length is always going to be in proportion to your hook size. And so.
And again, that's our old cow, baby cow. When we said calf, we meant calf.
What?
I said when we said calf, we meant calf.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's going to be quite long enough for this fly, but we'll measure it off anyway. Come in.
Stealing my
Stealing your
lines.
lines, what?
Stealing I have very little to do on this show. You know? Now you're stealing my lines.
Yeah, but you were slowing down.
I'm sorry. You know,
I know.
going gray. Going gray just watching you.
Oh, okay. We'll just come back to the end of the butts. And we'll clip it off. And you don't have to clip this off on too much of an angle. And we'll just put some cement on the butts.
I notice you're not using your nice tube.
Oh no, and it's home.
You miss it.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm at the end of my body, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my thread up about halfway between the end of the body and the beginning of the eye.
Okay.
Right here?
Because you've got a little gap left there.
Yeah, right on. So I'll just wrap that in, but I'll take it in double.
All right. Now, do you whip
Okay.
it, or
No, we'll just lay that there
I
now.
noticed you gave a little pull as a little bit of pressure, so that'll just pull out any
Oh,
loose.
yes.
Better to pull them out now,
Oh, yes, yes.
so that you know.
It actually is not being pulled out under the thread.
Yeah.
It's just loose hairs.
Loose
Like I say,
hairs from
it's
when you
fairly
stacked
short.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So get them out now.
yeah. You see, perfect.
All righty. Anyways, let's finish up here, bud.
Okay, we got the wings seated.
Mhm.
Now we've got to divide it, and it's much like the wolf fly we did, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We've got to pick the center of it,
Yeah.
and I find it easy when I just turn the
Eyeball.
voice right towards me,
So you're
and I
looking
get a
right
front on view,
Yeah.
and I pick exactly a half of it,
Right down to the hair.
right down there. Okay, I'll just bring it forward like that, and that'll give you an idea. I can see that I can use a little bit more hair on this wing, on the near wing. Now you can see a lot of that hair coming out, but don't mind that right now,
I want that.
because as I said, that was fairly short when I chose it anyway, and that's just extraneous hairs, so nothing to worry about.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to just try one figure eight on that. We're going to figure eight it. Okay.
And up and over.
And
Again, this
nothing
is
to
a
it.
technique now that you've used
On the wolf.
several times on different fly patterns on the show here.
That's right.
So, regular viewers,
Okay, now we'll do that again.
coming around,
And we'll come this
up
way.
and over, as they say.
Right in between the wings.
Makes them stand out on their own and helps to support them as well.
Yeah. Now, this is the type of deal you got now. It's up on a 45, and
Yep.
it's splayed out.
Nice. And I'm looking right down, and it does look pretty even.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Not bad for part foreigner, right?
Wicked, old man. What's left?
Now all we got to do now is just lay in our hackle.
Okay.
And what we'll do there is we'll lay the stem between the wings,
Okay.
pick the wing up, and we'll make 1, 2 turns behind the wing, and we'll make a few turns at front, right?
Okay. Clip it off.
Now, to keep the wings spread apart, what we'll do is we'll drop some cement down, okay? We didn't need it anyway.
I'll get it.
We didn't need it anyway, John. Okay. We're almost there. And we'll let some cement get down around the butts of the hair and on the
Okay.
thread and whatever, because when we wrap the hackle, we want to cement it in, right?
Here.
Yeah. You can hardly see the red tail against the background of my shirt. Chose the wrong shirt, John.
Well, you should have called me before you came out.
Yeah. Okay, the standard is to do two wraps in back
Okay.
and 2 wraps in front. We'll make 3. This is fairly fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you know, he had something in mind when he said 2 wraps in back and 2 wraps in front, and that was slim, to make it slim and sparse.
Mm-hmm.
And it would allow the materials to work and breathe better in the water, right? So what we'll do here now is just finish off the head. Again, you really got to close that eye on that hook. That's most important. And you can wrap back on that hackle just a wee bit.
Again, that'll help.
Yeah, the flow of the hackle in the fly, right?
All right, fine. And whip her off.
There we go. Dunsky.
Okay.
That came out well. I like it.
Alrighty, well that's it. Nice job, Rob.
Thank you.